everyone, and welcome to Whose Life Is It Anyway? A show where everything is made up, but the points actually do matter. If any of that sounds a little familiar, well, that's because yes, this is an improv comedy podcast where all the stories you're about to hear were completely made up on the spot, guided and prompted by real improv comedy games. How does it work? Well, two players are tasked with having a podcast-like interview or conversation, making it all up as they go, but there's a third guest who can interrupt at any time and give them new rules or new directions for their conversation via a list of different improv games and guidelines. How do you win? Well, if a player breaks character or simply doesn't follow the rules of the game they're in at the time, the other person is awarded a point, and at the end of a 20-minute time limit, the guest with the most points wins, and of course, becomes known to the world as a comedic genius. So, without any further ado, let's find out who's making stuff up in this episode.
They just rolled up and put me in a sack and threw me in the trunk.
I have no idea what I'm doing here.
I don't know where I am.
But I'm ready to make some things up.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of making things up, do you guys want to make some things up?
Yeah.
Well, then in that case, hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. Welcome to Whose Life Is It Anyway? That is a very real podcast, all about a fake podcast, where someone's life story is about to be made up right here, right now, on the spot. I am your host. My name is Ross, but of course, I can't do this by myself. I don't do this alone. I have two wonderful guests that I am so very excited to do this with. My friends, Angie and Christine, welcome to the show.
What's up?
You did say you're ready to make some stuff up.
Yeah.
And so I think you know what you're getting into.
Yeah, we know.
I'm going to lay some things out for you guys here, and then we're going to dive in and hopefully create some sort of a sensible podcast out of this. Maybe uncover some deep, dark secrets and all that sort of stuff. And then at the end, you know, someone's going to score some points. Someone's going to score less points. Yeah. And then I don't really...
Wait, is there no possibility to score the same points?
You know what? That has happened.
Because then we'd have to scissor and it would be a whole different podcast.
That is how I settle a tiebreaker on this show, is you have to have a scissor off.
Mostly scissoring.
And while a crowd chants, "Scissor me timbers," and claps, 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 claps. So we'll see how this one goes. But before we do any of that, before any points can be accumulated, I have to give you guys your roles and the theme of this episode. So this is what I'm thinking. Mm-hmm. Christine, this is going to be your show.
Yeah.
So you're the host, you're the interviewer, and that means, Angie, you are going to be the guest. Mm-hmm. So it's your story we're going to be making up. But the theme is, Christine, you can kind of establish whatever kind of show you want it to be. I don't know if it's like a mysterious show, a business show, a whatever you want it to be. But Angie, your character, you are a Willy Wonka type candy company owner. Mm-hmm. Now, of course, we all know that comes with some deep, dark secrets.
Yeah,
right?
that describes my sexuality. To a T.
Wait, was it the candy company owner, Willy Wonka, or deep, dark secrets? All of the above.
More than one thing can be true.
That's okay. You know what? That is very, very fair. So here's my only other thing that I'm going to add to this is I want to name Angie's character. I want you to make sure you have a specific name, because I don't just want to call her Angie. You can't just call her Angie. And you, I could name you too. But this is all about you. So this is what
the look in your eye is just like.
I want. You. Angie's character's name is going to be Diana Dingleberry. That is your name. So Diana Dingleberry, the candy company owner. Maybe something went wrong. Maybe something went really right. I don't know, but we're going to get to the bottom of it. So are you guys ready to make this story up?
I'm ready.
All right. Christine, this is your show. The timer begins now. Take it away.
Hey, welcome to Candy Jubilee with me, Julia. Thanks for being here. Sorry, I forgot the name already.
Her name?
Yeah.
Diana Dingleberry.
Diana Dingleberry, my first guest. Hey, it's so good to see you.
Thank you.
I haven't seen you in so long.
Thank you. It has been, I think, something around 50 years or so.
It's been a long time. Yeah. When was the last time we saw each other? At a candy convention in Kansas City?
Was it?
Change.
At a candy convention in New York City?
Was it New York City? Are you sure it wasn't New Orleans?
It may have been. Yeah. Oh, you know what? There was some shenanigans.
Yes.
There was some
the
bayou
Sticky Icky
shenanigans.
down south, that festival. You remember? I remember. Woo!
Yes. Yeah, it got nasty.
Still a little gummy behind the ears, if you know what I mean. I know.
Diana, what's going on? What's new?
I am out and about. I have decided that my treat yourself 50 years is over.
Oh.
It was, it was a self-love moment to sort of just spend a little time working on me.
Okay.
Address, of course, some legal issues that had arisen. And for tax purposes, just sort of for a little bit. And now I'm here again and ready to meet my public.
Wow. Okay.
I thought there would be people here.
No. Podcasts are kind of different in the sense that there is no audience really.
Yeah, I'm seeing.
Yeah, but eventually
it's
someone
okay.
will see
it's good. I mean, we look great anyway.
I mean, here's the thing. I selfishly wanted to talk to you, okay? Because I know you all right? You okay over there?
Just setting the girls.
Just setting
making
it all
sure
up.
McCadberries are in a line.
All right. Well, nobody's with it. It's fine. I selfishly wanted to talk to you because of your reappearance in the public and like what's going on with your life. I mean, I know you just said you had some like time away. Now you're coming back, but you just came out, right? Like pretty recently.
To you?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean of the house? Yes. Just recently out of the house. Again, first time in 50 years.
Yeah.
Very excited. It smells different out here now.
It does?
But a little bit like Cocoa Puffs and weed all the time. There's a university has popped up around my factory and mansion where I stay. So
yeah,
a lot of
youngins.
youngins.
A lot of pot.
Yeah.
Wow.
They're candy pots, I noticed.
Yeah, the candy pots. Good for kids.
Yeah.
Or
good
not.
for the bank.
We don't know. Good.
Pause for just a second. I'm going to interject with our first game. Let's go ahead and play a classic. Let's continue this conversation, but playing yes and, where you each must begin your following sentences with some form of yes and. And go.
Yes, and the young people around, like I said, just really cannot help but buy up these little weed candies, and it has just revitalized my business, revitalized my life. I'm hip to it. I'm cool to it. I'm feeling like I'm amongst my people. Again, thought there would be more people here today.
Sure, yes, and
but
yes.
I think that's great.
Yes, and now this university has sprung up around your organization. Have you been taking interns from the college?
Yes, and we have had a few go missing. We are assuming that they simply have just quit without notice.
Yes. And has that been a bigger problem for you than you're making it sound right now, Diana?
Yes, and oh my God, it's just been so stressful. Oh.
I validate your sadness. Yes, and I'm feeling like maybe you want to talk about it a little bit right now. I mean, do you want to talk about the emotional implications of, having some kids go missing on your watch?
Yeah.
I'm going to pause this. Before you answer that, I'm going to go ahead and give you both a point for that one, because that was pretty good. And I feel like we're about to take a deep dive into some possibly children dying at this candy company, which I cannot wait for. So go ahead and continue the conversation as normal.
Yes, and the thing is, I really don't see how it's like our fault if they're not paying attention to the rules that are listed for safety.
Interesting. Okay. Can you give us an example of something that happened at the factory where, you had some clear listed rules and people just kind of ignored them?
Yes. Recently, somebody was running all up and down the little gummy rope ladder, and we were like, "Excuse us, that's just for show." And he was like, "Just for show, what?" And then he tripped up on it, and his testicles got all mangled in the gum, and he had to eat his own balls out because nobody could get to him. It was a nightmare, and now his parents are suing, and I think it's ridiculous.
That is truly horrifying.
Read the sign.
Read the sign. Okay.
Please watch your testicles. It says it right there.
Pause. I'm going to interject with our next game. Let's go ahead and continue this conversation, but we're going to do it using an accent. So go ahead and choose your accent and continue the story.
I just don't see how, boys can be walking around and be expected to read and walk at the same time.
I could not agree more. I have realized that hiring these male interns is a huge error on my part.
Huge mistake.
Huge mistake. They're fucking stupid.
They are dumb as hell. I mean, dumb as hell. Now, tell me, how any of the girls messed up in a similar way?
No, but they seem to have gone just missing entirely.
Now, that seems like a bigger problem. I'm not going to lie to you. Now, tell me where you think they're going.
I think they may have something to do with circulating amongst the basement where my employees dwell.
You think it's got to do with the pot?
I think it's got something to do with something for sure.
Something to do with something.
Something to do something. I don't let my employees smoke no marijuana.
No?
No.
Well, maybe
they eat all the candy, stupid
fucks.
fucks.
Oh, yeah, they would eat all the candy. You know, I would eat all the candy, too, if I was high in there.
I'm scared of eating these girls.
You think
Listen,
the
just between us, since ain't nobody here.
You think the Oompa Loompas did it?
Oompa Loompa, that is racist, girl.
Well, if the shoe fits.
They're called little orange persons.
I want to go ahead and add a layer here. You can keep up the accents, but now we're going to play the game.
What a vote of confidence.
We are going to play the game, if you know what I mean, where each of you must speak using some form of an innuendo. And go.
I don't know where all those girls must be going, but I think if I was one of them, I would know where I was going, if you know what I mean.
I do know what you mean. I'm feeling like maybe the girls are just as stupid as the boys. Maybe the girls also will get their testicles caught up in a gummy rope, if you know what I mean.
Do you think it's their boobies, though, if you know what I mean?
I do think it would be probably their boobies, though. That's the part that's sticking out more, right? The gummies, they go for the sticky outy parts.
It could be their labias, though, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, particularly if they got more than two.
If they got more than two, I mean, think about if they got 4, if they got 6, you know.
I'm going to go ahead and interject. Technically, Angie lost that round.
Yeah.
So that is a point to Christine. And you know what? I hate to do it to you, but I really like these voices that you just so happen to be from the exact same place, which is amazing to me. But let's go ahead. We're going to keep up with the accents, but continue the conversation as normal.
We go way back, y'all, okay? We go way back to your spelunking days.
Far deep into my spelunking days. Where I found the little orange people.
Now, when you met the little orange people, did they trust you inherently, or did you have to work to build their trust?
No, I needed to get them addicted to heroin.
Yikes! Oh, my God. I did not expect you to say that, Diana.
It is the quickest way to get buy-in from an employee group.
Now, you think that, are they still on heroin?
Oh, well, I think some of them might be, but they've kind of moved on to bath salts, I assume.
They're still alive?
Well, they're doing just fine.
Do some of them maybe eat the skin off of other people? I hear that happen sometimes.
Yeah, there's been some girls popping up missing faces lately.
You think that maybe got something to do with them girls going missing altogether? Maybe they're cooking them up?
I think they just eating them like sushi
raw
style.
You think they're just eating them girls raw? Yikes.
Yikes. Eating them girls raw sound like sexual, though.
That sounds sexual, yeah.
Yeah, I think we've evolved all our accents.
I think so, too.
I'm I'm going to interject here. This seems like the best time as any. We got to pay some bills here on the show. So, unfortunately, it's time for an ad break. And, Angie, I'm going to let you go ahead and take this one for me. Go ahead. I know what you know what the sponsors need.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, you person with money who would like to buy something. Have you ever thought about buying an empty bag of nothing? It's a tote. Tote bags, an empty bag of nothing. You can put your shit in it for the price of $20 to carry your shit in this tote or empty bag of nothing. You're decide. You're decide. You're decide.
And on that note, that was a wonderful ad. Sponsorship duties fulfilled.
Wow. Proud sponsor.
And because of that, you get a point, Angie. Way to take that one.
Pity points a little bit.
And now the time continues, so we can go back, ad break over, back to our normal conversation.
Wow, I can't believe them eating them girls raw. That is wild.
Yeah, I'm honestly like a little scared what's going to happen in my future. I just recently came back out of the house. And
Sure.
And now I've got all this money from my marijuana, cookie sales, candy sales, crumbly sales.
Yeah.
But I also have stupid ass male interns getting their testicles stuck in a gummy rope. Then I also have lady interns getting their faces eaten off because they said they ain't watching where they're going.
Yeah.
I assume they just tripping.
Yeah.
And then they skid their faces off.
Sure. Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know where it's going.
I don't know.
It's going all over the place, y'all.
Now but you're still pretty wealthy, I would assume.
I'm rich as fuck.
Oh yeah,
yeah, girl.
Are you investing that money?
Oh, absolutely.
What do you got? Real estate? You got something else? You got property? You got a park? A theme park?
I got 11 mini yachts because I thought
Wow.
I should be considerate of the environment, and
11.
super yachts are very wasteful.
They are very wasteful. Yeah, I appreciate that.
I'm going to pause this for a second, interject with another game, and you know what? I'm going to give you guys a choice, but you're probably stuck with them at this point. You can drop the accents if you want, but I mean, you've kind of just assumed the whole identity of these characters. But the next game we are going to play is... is number of words. So I will assign both of you a specific number of words you can only speak within. Angie, you get 4 words. Christine, you get 3. And take it away.
Who pays bills?
I am the one who pays the bills. I realize what I did there.
You got staff?
Infections? No way, babe.
No, like workers.
Oh, yeah. They're dying.
Workers be dying, huh?
That was more. That was more.
I think I lost
be
this.
dying, huh? I didn't even need the huh.
The next
That's really true. You did just add that extra word, and technically Angie lost in the very beginning. She sort of just threw it at the beginning.
Lost.
But you know what? Since you both gave it a good effort, I'm going to give you both a point. Since both of you technically won and lost at the exact
I love your
same
altruism.
time.
This is fantastic.
So let's go ahead and continue the conversation as normal. But you know what? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to layer another game on top of this as we continue this conversation. I'm going to give you guys the game of Whose Line. So I will disperse 2 secret lines to each of you that as you continue the conversation in the last handful of minutes here, you need to use these lines in your story. And go.
Now, Diana, I need to know what all of this has taught you as a person.
Absolutely. Be honest with me. Can you smell that fart I did just now?
I can't, and I'm hoping that I don't, to be honest with you.
That's excellent. I'm happy to let you know what I've learned. Okay. I just want to make sure we're all comfortable.
Yeah.
He's making a little bit of a face.
I appreciate
that.
that.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
Do you need
No,
to fart? All right.
No.
Okay, girl. What I have learned is to be brave and to hire interns that can read.
That is so brave of you to say. Now, something that I learned when I was working in a candy company that is not yours, but it was a candy company that I liked a lot. But I think you actually put them out of business. This is something that I actually learned then. I never wanted to murder someone before I met you.
My goodness.
Yeah.
I thought, is it because you would be willing to kill for me?
Yeah. I mean, I like you so much,
That's true friendship
I like
right
you.
there.
Yeah, I like you so much. We haven't seen each other in 50 years, but I do like you.
I do like you too.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about you while I was doing rich people shit.
Yeah.
Just bouncing from yacht to
Yacht
yacht.
to yacht. Yeah.
And I know you seeing me inviting all our other friends, but I just want you to know it's out of pity. And it's not because I do not like you the most.
Yeah, right.
I like you so much. I like you so much. You make me so wet.
That is a really high compliment. Thank you so much, Deanna. Diana. What's your name again? Diana? Diana Dingleberry.
Diana Dingleberry.
Diana. Wow, that was really special.
Keep that with you at night.
Yeah.
Thank yourself.
I do think about it sometimes. I mean, I know we had our moments, We had our moments back in the day when we was spelunking together.
Certainly.
And I do mean that like you know what I mean.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Cave diving.
But another thing I've been thinking about lately is I killed my Uber driver on the way over here.
Oh, my goodness.
Been thinking about that lately.
I imagine that would be on one's mind.
That is on my mind. It's been on my mind pretty much this whole time we've been talking.
Yeah, there's a little, I think, now that you mention it, on your fingernails and
just a
on
little.
your jacket.
Just a little bit of blood.
Jesus, you are covered in blood. How did I not notice that?
I don't know. I think I cover it well. I wear it well.
You do. It is your color. It is your color.
I wear it well. Yeah.
I'm going to pause us here. We're in the last few moments of the game, and here's what I want to do. I want to pause the timer here. I'm going to play the role of podcast producer. I'm going to add a layer to this story as we begin to wrap up this interview. Christine, your character is going to finally reveal that the reason you really wanted Diana Dingleberry here on the show is that you had a relative of yours. It can be a close family member, a far family member. I'm gonna let you determine. But they worked at her candy warehouse, at her candy factory.
Yeah.
And they were one of the people that went missing.
Wow.
And you fear that they might be dead, but you want to finally confront her about that and bring it up. And she, of course, doesn't have any memory of that happening, or maybe she does. I don't know. But the timer continues, and go.
Now, Diana, I want to raise the stakes a little bit here. Is that all right with you?
I'm ready. We are vulnerable. We have been exposed.
We are vulnerable. We are in the nest. We are in the cave of honesty. Now, I need to tell you something. My great uncle Pat, okay, he was my dad's uncle. And, he was a nice guy, but he was stupid. Mm-hmm. He used to work for your company. Oh. And he did, at first, he did have some skin missing. He came home one day and he told my Aunt Mary, he said, Aunt Mary, he called her Mary, not Aunt Mary. That's what I call her. He said,
certainly.
He said, Mary, I got a little bite today. I don't know what happened. And Mary took care of it and bandaged it all up, and he went back to the factory, and then the next day he went into work and never came back. You ever heard about Uncle Pat? Diana?
Well, I obviously didn't call him Uncle Pat.
You wouldn't call him Uncle Pat, but I do. Okay.
Okay. But yeah, I know Pat. That.
You know what happened to Pat, Diana?
I know exactly what happened to Pat. That mangy scoundrel. I tell you what.
Oh,
he's shacking it up with one of them little orange persons.
No, he is not.
Stole about 900 pounds of gold brick chocolate bouillon. Dumb stupid fool don't realize just fucking chocolate in the center. It's just a gold wrapper. Ding a dong.
That ding dong left by Aunt Mary.
Your Aunt Mary.
No way.
Yeah.
Where's he living?
Christ, if I know, I've been hunting him down.
He's
That's
still
a lot of
working in the
chocolate.
factory?
I'm gonna have Angie change that answer. I think you know where he's living.
He stole my 12th yacht, and he's hanging outside of somewhere in Espanola.
I'm going to pause us here. We got just a couple minutes left. So as we begin to wrap this interview up, we're going to go ahead and play the game Alphabet.
Oh, boy. Okay.
So you must begin each sentence with the next chronological letter in the alphabet. We are going to start with S, and go.
Seriously, I'm trying to find that fucker. I just want him to bring back my yacht.
That's valid. I don't know where he's been, but I know my family has had lots of theories over the years.
Ugly son bitch. I realize not a damn thing can be trusted. I think your family needs to know.
Very true. I think so too. But we all kind of assume because of all the rumors going around that he did die by eating. By being eaten.
Well, that is simply not what happened. He stole my yacht and he is just MIA.
Xylophones. You got any xylophones in that company? You got any xylophones in your building?
Y'all know I ain't got any xylophones.
Well, I don't know. I thought I'd ask. Now I know where Uncle Pat. Oh shoot! I messed it up.
That is technically a point for Angie. We have 30 seconds left.
I know. I can't. Sometimes I'm too invested and I forget we're playing a game.
Let's wrap up
me,
this interview however you guys see fit. There's been a lot revealed here, so let's go ahead and wrap up the interview.
Wow, thank you so much, Diana, for coming on here, talking to me about my Uncle Pat, and telling me about what's happening to all them girls.
I am happy to keep the public informed.
Now, what's next for you, Diana?
Well, I need to pee.
That's an immediate need, okay? Yeah, what's after that?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I do have some plans. I have written a chocolate cookbook. I'll be going on a chocolate cookbook tour.
A chocolate cookbook?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's called White is Brown Stuff.
Wow. What kind of recipes are in there?
Chocolate ones.
Chocolate ones.
Yeah, there's chocolate pie.
Yeah.
Chocolate cookie.
Chocolate cookie.
Chocolate.
Chocolate.
Y'all understand, but these are actually different forms of chocolate that come from a different species of chocolate plants.
That's very good. Okay. All right. Yeah. And you got to go on tour for that.
Yeah, it's educational. It's a little bit of a Fred talk as well.
A Fred talk. That sounds great. I love that. All right.
Yeah, I'm a highly educated person. I have a lot to share.
That is our time. Plus even a little bit more, because you caught me with the tour. I wanted to know what exactly was going to be going on. A chocolate cookbook. So
to be determined.
Okay, so Christine, as the you had this deep dark secret.
Yeah.
You kind of felt pretty all right with the reveal that Uncle Pat is just living it up with a orange challenge person. What are we calling them?
Little orange person.
Little orange person.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Your character seemed pretty all right with that.
I felt okay about that.
You had your answer.
Yeah, I felt like at least Pat's not dead.
I also love that you stayed relatively calm with all the death reveals. That Diana Dingleberry, the candy company owner,
we are very close, as mentioned. We've been through a lot.
Reveal many deaths over the years. Well, we have hit the end of the episode, which means someone has scored points and someone has scored less points, which means someone's going to win and someone's going to lose. And guess what? In this one, the winner, I actually, on theme of the podcast, while we've been doing this, I texted some connections. The winner will receive a gigantic chocolate candy bar the size of your car, just attached to your car. They already know the score.
Amazing.
They have already tied it
super glued to your roof for your convenience.
Yes, exactly.
An hour ago.
Yes, every
it's
time.
80 degrees outside.
So, but still convenient, because by the time you get out there, if it's melted enough, you have a whole chocolate car now. So you can thank me extra later. But right now, one of you is not going to want to thank me because someone has lost this game. Angie, you racked up 4 points as Miss Diana Dingleberry.
Well done.
In this episode.
Dingle.
That's great.
A good old dingle.
A good old dingle.
That has
Dingle
brought it home with 4 points.
Dingle
Christine.
dangle.
But they don't fall down.
Christine, you landed at 3 points.
Yeah. But I got to do this voice.
You
that
did.
was Australian, wasn't it? Yeah.
You started
You were going back and forth.
A little
You guys-
Aussie thing. I was like, ooh, hello.
I was like, all right, we're evolving the characters here a little bit. So
I don't know.
Our final score,
Amorphous.
4-3. But Angie, you now have a chocolate-covered car.
It's beautiful.
Round of applause for Diana Dingleberry here. Victory speech. You want to say anything to the folks at home?
I would just like to deny all allegations against my company and remind everyone that Uncle Pat is a thieving dick.
And on
See,
that
he
note,
is Uncle Pat to everyone. Yeah.
we see everyone knows Uncle Pat. He's the guy with the limp and the one leg and walks around town a lot screaming at the kids.
Wet ear kisses.
Everybody knows. You say Uncle Pat's ear kisses?
Wet ear kisses? You ever got? I get that from, yeah.
Yes.
That's fair. Well, it's time. We wrapped up that story. Now it's time to wrap up the actual podcast here. While we do either of you want people to find the real life versions of you on the internet and all that you do? If so, where can they find you? Or you can make something up at Diana Dingleberry if you don't want anyone to find what you actually do.
You can find me on Instagram at BabeRoar, BabeRoar.
Angie, Diana?
Yeah, absolutely. You can find me also on Instagram at Hot Bitter Biscuits. Bitter, not butter. Hot Bitter Biscuits. That should have been my fucking commercial.
That
should've
it really
been.
should.
Those
have
sound like
hot butter. You know
warm
what?
and toasty and terrible tasting. You know?
Hot butter bitter biscuits, of course.
Hot Bitter Biscuits.
And you can find this show at Who's Life Pod. Guys, I want to tell everybody goodbye and make a close to this wonderful episode, but I need some help while doing it. So I want to play one final game, but we're going to do it together. I want you to help me form a goodbye, a few sentences of a goodbye to my wonderful audience, one word at a time. I will kick us off. We will go this way around the table. So, listen.
Damn it.
We've
Tried.
So
hard,
And,
failed.
miserably.
but,
Again.
We
love,
Boners.
and
chocolate.
Dipped.
labias.
Good.